Hey friends, it's Hope, and today I am here to do my September wrap-up and my October TBR. And as you can see, I'm repping my wrinkled Mets t-shirt. They are currently playing in the background right now an elimination game to make it to the playoffs. It's a wild card game, and if I seem a little bit distracted or if I start jumping up and screaming, it's a good sign. So anyways, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get this started. And we're just gonna go down the list in the order that I read them. So the first book that I read was Fallen Too Far, and it is book 1 in the Rosemary Beach series. And then of course I followed up with book 2, which is Never Too Far. I rated both of these books a 4 out of 5 stars. I definitely think book 2 was a lot better than book 1, but this series is a new adult contemporary romance following your angsty teenagers who of course despise each other at the beginning of the book, but by the end they are madly in love. It's just that typical new adult formula. You gotta take it for how it is, and I just eat that stuff up. The third book I read was He Will Be My Ruin, and that is by K.A. Tucker. This is a psychological thriller, and this is the first book that I read by K.A. Tucker that did not fall in the new adult contemporary romance genre. I wasn't too sure if she was going to be able to pull it off. I ended up rating this book a 3 out of 5 stars because I had a couple issues with it, so I definitely suggest K.A. Tucker's new adult books over her psychological thriller books. Our main character, Maggie, her best friend just died, and it looks like it was a drug overdose, but Maggie does not believe that. So she moves back to take care of her friend's estate, and she decides to take it upon herself to solve this mystery. And in the meantime, she kind of gets mixed up with some people and gets herself into a very similar situation, and things just start to go down. And yeah, I can't say anything more. 3 out of 5 stars for He Will Be My Ruin. And then the last 2 books that I read was Reviving Isabel, and this is book 2 in the In Company of Killer series, which is a new adult thriller. The series revolves around our main character Sarai, as she has pretty much spent the majority of her life in a compound, and when a man enters the compound one day, she finds that it's the perfect time to escape, but what she doesn't know is the man that she is escaping with is actually a trained assassin. So the series kind of follows their journey together as all this crap goes down, and this is book 2. It did not disappoint. I think I enjoyed this one a lot better than the first. Holy plot twist in this novel, 4 out of 5 stars. I will be reading the third book. And lastly, I read Unblemished by Sarah Ella. I did a non-spoiler book review over this book, so just be on the lookout for that. But Unblemished follows Eliana as she is one of those average teenage girls living in New York City, and then her mom suddenly passes away and her world literally turns upside down. She then is being hunted by strange, mysterious men who have strange and mysterious powers. And guys, I rated this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It was also really good. A very good, fast-paced YA fantasy that has some really great characters. Alright, so let's talk about the 3 books that I plan on reading in the month of October. I say 3 because I'm trying not to put myself into another reading slump, because I finally got myself out of one and I don't want to set crazy expectations for myself. So the first one is called Bliss, and it is by Lauren Miracle. My sister Hannah just came to visit me and she brought me this book. She said that she saw this cover and thought of me. So I don't know if that means that my sister thinks that I'm some crazy serial killer or I just like really twisted things, but thanks Hannah for the gift. I cannot wait to read it. I figure since this is a very haunting tale of a story, it would be perfect to read in October. Just the flap on the inside, the little paragraph at the top says, "Bones," says a voice in my head, "Tombs." I stopped dead in my tracks because it's not the voice that whispered these thoughts, and whoever's voice it is, it's not a nice voice. This book's probably gonna give me nightmares. I will keep you guys updated, but yeah, I plan on reading this book in the month of October. The next book that I want to read I hauled a while ago, and I was so excited to find this in the store, and it is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. This is actually going to be a book to movie adaptation. I think the movie already came out, and the trailer freaks the living daylights out of me. So this should be an interesting read as well. I believe the story is a post-apocalyptic setting, maybe set in England, I believe. Our main character is a teenage girl, and I think that she's been infected by a virus, and her crew or her team or teacher, man, I'm doing a really great job at describing this book, but I think that they escape or they venture out not so glamorous setting, and I think that they have to fight for their lives. I could be completely wrong, but the blurb on Goodreads does nothing with letting me know what this book is about, and I don't want to read too many reviews, but just from kind of seeing bits and pieces on Goodreads about what other people are saying about this book and seeing the trailer, I'm getting those kinds of vibes. The last book that I plan on reading in the month of October, and it is due back in the library in like 5 days, and that is Lumen A, and you guys have all heard about this book, so no need for me to get into it. I told you guys I was going to read it in September, and I 100% lied to you, because here it is in my October TBR. This book will be read, and I'm going to start it tonight, if not tomorrow over my lunch break. Well, that does it for my wrap up in TBR. Let me know down below if you guys have read any of these books. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm sure I will see you soon. Bye.